We are stuck in the ICW now.
No barges in sight. Yay!
There are a lot of bridges.
Welcome back to Sailing Out of Sight. I'm Diane. This is Craig. And this is our pirate pup, Bonnie. Learning as we go. Together, we are sailing out of sight in search of blue water.
If you're not familiar, the Intercoastal Waterway, or the ICW, we are traveling is in total a 3,000-mile inland waterway along the Atlantic and Gulf coasts of the U.S., running from Massachusetts southward along the Atlantic seaboard and around the southern tip of Florida, then following the Gulf Coast to Brownsville, Texas. Some sections of the waterway consist of natural inlets, saltwater rivers, bays, and sounds, while others are artificial canals.
Good morning.
Good morning. We are stuck in the ICW now. Came in to get an anchorage at Fort Lauderdale. Finding an anchorage caused us to work our way north of the Intercoastal through 3 bridges. And now to get back on backtracking is just a little bit ridiculous. So we decided to keep going north in the ICW towards Lake Worth and Hillsborough Inlet. So, like it or not, we are going to be touring the Intercoastal Waterway of Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach.
And it has a little bit different scenery than the ICW along the Texas coast. This is the ICW of Fort Lauderdale. No barges in sight. Yay!
The ICW provides a navigable route along its length without many of the hazards of traveling on the open sea. The ICW is allowing us to keep traveling north in weather conditions that would otherwise keep us from sailing offshore. We like being able to continue north in its protected waters, even though we would prefer to be sailing and away from the ICW's congestions and bridges. We would certainly be covering many more miles each day.
There's some really interesting architecture here in South Florida. There's lots of Mediterranean, and then you have ultra modern. So, pretty cool. We have good scenery. If you talk about houses being good scenery, but it's nice. But tell us, Craig, what do we have to overcome?
We just have to overcome patience because we're sitting because the bridge is broken. So they don't know when it's going to be able to lift. Which means we're pretty much stuck until they get it fixed.
So we'll just bobble around out here and wait for people as they go by and wait for them to get the bridge fixed.
We have located a marina in Jacksonville, Florida that has room to take us, so that's where we are headed. We will leave out of sight there and rent a car to travel home to Texas.
Little update?
There are a lot of bridges. There are a lot of bridges.
It's been a fairly lazy day motoring up the ICW, but it's been interesting going underneath all the bridges.
One is enough.
One is enough. And we're on our 6th bridge today.
I stopped counting. It was getting depressing.
I think it's the 6th one we're fixing. 6th or 7th we're going under today. And we went under 3 yesterday. So anyway, we're just taking it easy, looking at the big houses, wondering how anybody can afford these things.
Not much to tell. It's kind of boring.
We're going someplace anyway.
We're moving.
We're moving. That's right.
Morning, Cap.
Good morning.
How many bridges are you going to go under today?
Endless. I know of 4, but that's as far as I've checked ahead.
I checked. If I counted correctly, it's 10. It's hard to count that high, but I think that's the right number.
Yay! Lots of going and waiting, because so far we've not been able to time it exactly right.
Sometimes we're too fast, but usually we're too slow to make it between the bridges. We can't go through one and get to another one on time, usually because we're too slow. However, this morning, our first bridge, we're waiting on. So yeah, we got, I think, about 25-ish miles to go, 10 bridges, and then we'll be at the north end of Lake Worth. There's supposed to be a front coming down tonight, so we're trying to get up to the north end of the lake where we'll get some protection from the north winds. That's the plan. So it's going to be a long, slow day of motoring up the ICW. We'll try to make it fun. Shorty's going to dance.
Just smooth jazz.
Diane's filming under her first drawbridge. And she's not even nervous.
I decided to take it first day as a joy tonight.
Yes, sir, she is. This is West Palm Beach, Yacht Haven, America, I guess. Look at these boats.
It's the money, it's the money, it's the money, yeah. It's the money, it's the money, it's the money, yeah. It's the money.
No idea what's going on, but we just came out from underneath the bridge and everybody's just at a stop. Everybody's just at a stop. We don't know what's going on, but nobody's going forward. There's some flashing lights on a boat. Don't know if we can get through or not. We can't tell if they're letting people pass or if it's just affecting the marina. I don't know. Big boats are waiting to go into a boat show, so they're all out here jockeying for position, and it's kind of got everything clogged up, but we are able to pass if we can find a clear path through here.
Chattanooga, boy had $1 and a dime. Headed out for Nashville on the Hard Rock Line. I'm working on that old steamboat and I learned to rob and steer. When my feet had touched dry land, how happy I did feel.
This is horrible. And this marina is so big, the little finger piers are actually out all the way to the channel. So it's kind of a nightmare.
Well, this is stressful. Very stressful.
Yeah.
Never seen so many boats in one small spot.
Big boats.
Big boats, yeah. Come on, bridge open.
We don't want to have to wander around in this any longer than possible. There's an ambulance, so they had to stop the opening. There's an ambulance, so they had to stop the opening to let the emergency vehicle through, which is understandable. So now we get to circle around in all this mess again and see if we can go through a second time.
Crap games, not looking for the score. And if I ever get back home again, I'll never own no more. Gather round your good time.
I can tell you right now, I'm not a fan of the Florida boating community, at least through the ICW area. It's lots of power boats, as can be understood, but they rip and roar around you. I think they like to try to make sailboats bucket up and down. And we have kind of been told through the grapevine that the people around here don't really like cruisers. They feel like they're an annoyance. So anybody on a sailboat pretty much is considered an annoyance. Don't know if that's true. If you're from Florida and you know different, let us know. Anyway, it's still beautiful, but not a fan of being here on a boat. So
Show that yacht right there.
It's the money, it's the money, it's the money, yeah. It's the money, it's the money, it's the money, yeah.
I had no idea that Margarita had a cruise ship, but evidently it's a cruise ship that goes from West Palm Beach to Freeport, Bahamas. It's a 3-day, 2-night cruise, just back and forth from here to the Bahamas. So who knew? Parrot heads.
Peanut Island is a small island in Florida's Lake Worth Lagoon. It's located between Riviera Beach, Singer Island, and Palm Beach. It's often noted as one of the best beaches in Florida. Peanut Island is a county park, and it's open to the public, and admission is free, although there is a cost to ride a public ferry if you don't have your own boat. It is possible to kayak or paddleboard to the island. Just be careful of the boat traffic. We have no personal experience, yet Peanut Island is said to have something for everyone. It's quiet and peaceful during the week, and a lively boat beach party spot on weekends and holidays. It's definitely popular today.
Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and leave us a comment. Thanks for watching.